What's up, guys?
What's going on, Russ?
Great.
Russ, one question. Obviously, offensively, you guys were able to move the ball downfield, some turnovers and penalties. Obviously, were a big impact. What are some things you guys feel like you can build on this week going into week 2?
Well, I think obviously just capitalizing on opportunities. We had some great opportunities. Although our defense got the ball a couple times for us and just did some special things. I thought we moved the ball extremely well. We were really confident moving up and down the field. We had some opportunities in the red zone. Sabi almost made a great catch on one, and then on the when I kind of rolled out right, and his foot was, supposedly that much out of bounds. That would have been a touchdown. I had a little flip to Beck. It's another touchdown, and then we could have had maybe one or two runs. So that's the name of the game. I always call it game altering plays, gap plays, GAP. It's like those game altering plays. We got to make them, and that's the difference in that game. And that would have been really exciting.
So Coach Hackett said if he had to do it again, he would have gone for it. Do you agree with the coach on that?
Listen, I think, yeah. I think that anytime you get the chance to try to, win the game and solidify it and try to make a play, I always believe in having the ball, and everything else. But also, we got a great kicker. We're going to believe in our kicker again. So I always trust his decisions and everything else. But I'm also always ready to go try to do it if we need to.
Going forward, would you speak up in that situation going forward in the future? Because I know it was predetermined that if you got to that mark, but going forward, and you're in that same situation, do you feel like, given your resume, you can call timeout and go over and say, hey, I know what we talked about, but I want to go here?
Yeah, for sure. I think that I was at the line of scrimmage ready to go for it too. I was calling a play and we were ready to go. But that's what we decided, and we went with it. And we missed by, I don't know, yard maybe.
Because
maybe half a yard, so it was close.
sorry, Russ, because you had that.
What's your role in helping the guys' confidence-wise in the locker room, making sure they don't kind of waver there as move forward?
Well, I think first of all, I think confidence should never waver. I think if you're truly confident, you don't really waver much. But I think also too, I think we have a great team. I think everybody knows that. I think a lot of people got to see that, on Monday night. Just you got to finish, these little things. You can't give up the ball and all that. That's just the name of the game in this game. But our confidence isn't wavering. I think also too, one of the things I told the guys, and we just had a walkthrough, for example, and was telling the guys in our walkthrough afterwards, after we broke it down, I was telling them, I said, listen, the thing about great teams is they always respond. If you want to be a championship team, you got to respond. So how are we going to respond today? And then we got it down the day tomorrow, hopefully. If God wakes us up, we got another day to do it again and another day to do it again. And so it's all about response. It's all about attitude. It's all about mentality, language, staying focused on the task.
Russ, you said you were.
Yeah, these guys are doing great, and I think Cortland had two really great plays on moving, on kind of sliding. The line gave me a great amount of time to make some throws down the field and kind of hang in the pocket a little bit and just move around and find some guys. And Cortland had a great one on a key third down. I think it was third down, I believe it was, and that was a great play by him. So our receivers are doing a tremendous job of just getting open, finding spaces and all that. When the play does get extended, I also thought we did a really good job of getting the ball out quick and finding our guys, quickly throughout the game as well. So if we can have all that, it's really special.
Russ, you said you had a play and you were ready to call it on the 4th and 5. Was there any chance that you were going to go ahead and call that?
I was prepared to, but then we said, okay, the clock's going down. We believe we can make the field goal here. So, always prepared.
Russ, how was the communication and just, I guess, interaction with Coach? Was it being y'all's first full game together?
I thought the game felt like we've been there a million times before. I thought he called the game so well in my ear. Me and him were just communicating really well on the sideline, and so, I think that, I have tons of confidence. And also what was helpful too was, during preseason, I had the headset on, always listening. I'm always playing the game out in my head. Every play, even though I may not physically be out in the field, I'm playing the game. I'm doing my footwork. I'm thinking about my timing. Who's getting the ball here? Here's what I would do here. Here's what I check to. Here's the audible. So all those things I'm playing, in my head every day.
Russ, you said that you had a play called in your head. What was that play?
I can't tell you that play.
Was it a pass? Was it a run? You don't have to give
it was a
away.
pass. It was a pass.
It was a pass.
As big as that game was,
I'll need that play later, maybe.
as big as that game seemed to be to everyone, and it's been widely discussed, you seem to instantly try to wash it away. Could you talk about maybe that? Is that what you do after losses, after your 10 years in the league? Is Not
Well,
hang on.
well, yeah. I think you realize you don't win it all in one day, one game. You know, you win it through a journey and a process, and I think that you have to have amnesia playing this game. You got to be able to remember the great moments, but also forget them too. In the midst of a game, you got to be able to, after the game, post game, you look at everything, you see what went well, what didn't go well. I kind of have a process. I watch my film, for example, just my game, and then I watch just the whole collective group, and then I watch it again just to see, okay, what else could we have done different? And I always I always grade it, and I always think about just simply, what did we do well, and what can we get better at? And then from there, you take that in and objectively, and you move forward. And I think maybe it's the baseball in me. I don't know. Maybe the Rockies, maybe being with the Yankees. I don't know. Playing a lot of baseball in the day, but I think a lot of it is just you got to be able to focus on the next pitch, the next moment. And if you sit back and think about the past and think about a past play or whatever it may be, you learn from moments. I'm not saying you don't learn from them. But I think what you're able to do is you're able to move forward from them and grow from them. And I think this game's all about growth. You're either growing or you're not. And so, I always want to be on a constant elevator of growth, I guess.
How important is it for you, Russ, for this team to play well at home, and what will it be like to be received by a home crowd after what you just went through on Monday night?
Yeah, I'm super excited to play here at home. I've obviously got an experience, the home energy during preseason and running out for the first time, but this is going to be a monumental moment, and just in a way for me. I'm excited about it because these fans are the best in the world. I was stunned to how many fans were able to travel to the game up in Seattle. I mean, it was tons of orange in the crowd and just how loud it was, and it was a really special crowd there. And so to come here and to play at home, this stadium in Power Field and in Mile High, it's going to be really special. I can't wait.
Russ, were you more encouraged than concerned on Monday night?
I'm always encouraged. I'm never discouraged. But I think that you always want to win. I mean, that's what I play the game for, to win. But I think that what I saw from our team was our ability for us to respond in the midst of adversity, in the midst of a game. And obviously we had penalties. We had different things happen throughout the game that didn't go our way. But with a minute and less or so, we had the chance to win the game. And I believe, number one in myself, but two, I believe in this football team, what we can do. And if we're in those chances, down the road, we're going to win a lot of those games because you have to go through a little bit of adversity to get to the other side. And that's just what it is. If you want, you got to be able to have a little challenge and a little, I always say adversity tolerance to be able to get to the other side of greatness and what that looks like. And so that game was obviously a great one, and I think I'm looking forward to the next one. And we got a great team in Houston. We got to play. They look really good on film. They just had a great game. They should have won that game, really. They're a really good football team, coached really well. Lovie Smith's a tremendous football coach. I got to play them last year. They do some really special things. Got some really great players, so we got to be ready.
We saw Garrett Bowles with his arm around you walking off the field after the game. I'm just curious what your kind of growth process has been with that offensive line and what you thought of their kind of performance the first time out.
Well, I thought the offensive line did amazing. I mean, I think for how how many times were able to throw the ball around and everything else, and also how well they did in the run game and blocking and protecting in that sense, they did a tremendous job. I had tons of time back there. I was able to make a lot of quick decisions as well. Made a lot of calls up there for them. They got those calls. I mean, it was just, for our first time all being out there together, that was really spectacular. And I'm looking forward to just continuing for us all to grow in that sense. And I think also, too, we've had some bonding moments, obviously going to dinner and just, talking and, chopping it up and having time. I think obviously Garrett to put his arm around me when I was walking off the field, that meant something to me, just because I've, been in that field quite a bit. And that's what true friendship's about. And so I'm grateful for that. Thank you, guys. All right, go Broncos. Let's ride.